Thank you for joining us today. My name is Tyler Panston and welcome to Easy Life Journey. Today we will be covering about how to lose weight organically, and I'm going to go over 3 food groups: sugar, simple carbohydrates, and fatty and greasy foods. Those are the 12 groups. Losing weight can be a challenge for many because we eat the wrong food. We can't lose weight. We tell ourselves we can't lose weight because we don't know how to, or this food tastes too good. We just make so much excuses. But let's face it, you can love yourself for who you are or what you look like, but being overweight is not healthy. It causes a lot of problems. When you get older, you're gonna experience the problems all over, physically, mentally, inside your body, all over. So that is why I want to help you today to eat healthy, and why sugar, simple carbohydrates, and fatty foods are really killing you. What is sugar? So there are many problems associated with sugar. The more sugar you consume, the higher chance of you becoming a diabetic. It spikes your insulin level. It causes acne, skin problems. It ages you really fast. How do I know? Because I used to eat a lot of sugar in my middle and high school, and I would have so much acne and pimples, and I didn't know why. It causes fatty liver disease, causes high blood pressure, lowers your good cholesterol, and so much more. Sugar is actually a drug. It's very legal, very addicting, and it makes over $100 billion a year in revenue. Today, more than 50% of Americans consume over 180 pounds of sugar. 180 pounds, that's the average American adult weight in 1 year. That's quite a lot. Sugar, along with simple carbs and fatty foods, what they do is they release your dopamine, which makes you feel good and want to eat more of whatever makes you feel good. Having sex, eating ice cream, going out with your friends, taking a smoke break. That releases a little bit of dopamine inside your brain, and it feels good, and you like that feeling, so you want to do it more and more. Build a tolerance for sugar. So let's say, for example, one day you eat 100 grams of sugar, so the next day you're gonna eat, the next week you may want to eat 120 grams because 100 grams didn't satisfy you, and then this will repeat, until 10 years down the road, you consume 200 or 300 pounds of sugar a year, which is way too much. So you want to replace sugar with maple syrup, natural sugars, fruit sugar, and honey. Those are really good for you. You still have to limit how much sugar you take a day, which is recommended 30 to 40 grams. That includes artificial and natural sugar. But with natural sugar, it can help boost your brain health. It can boost your energy level, and it can also give you pleasure. But as you notice, sugar is all temporary. It's not really that great. So try to limit your sugar. And in a study published in 2014 in JAMA Internal Medicine by Dr. Hu, has 76 dangers of sugar. And then in my article, which if you want to read the full depth, there's also a video that I linked by Dr. Mercola that explains the effect of sugar. So the next group of food we're going to talk about is greasy, fatty foods. The surface of the food is hydrated, which allows the oils and the crispiness to take shape. Water molecules escape in least gap that allows the oil molecules to enter the food. Therefore, you are tasting the cooked oil along with the main dish, as opposed to just the main dish itself with water. So that's why fatty and greasy food tastes so good, because you're actually eating the oil and it replaces all the water molecules. So the dangers of fatty food is that the vegetable oils, which is the main oil that is used to fry foods because it's so cheap and everywhere and readily available, it contains a lot of pesticides. High heat kills the vitamins and nutrients. It contains MSG, which brings back dead flavors to life. There's absolutely no nutrients in it. Proteins that are fried turn into acrolein, which is carcinogenic for us. And then fatty foods has been linked to Alzheimer's and also clogged arteries and so much more. So replace fatty foods or fried oils with coconut oil, avocado, or olive oil. They are the healthiest and the best for you. I suggest you take a teaspoon every day raw if you want to cook your foods with it, like eggs, bacon, try to fry it for only 1 or 2 minutes, and that's it. If you do it longer, you're gonna kill the protein, which will be carcinogenic. So number 3 we're gonna talk about is simple carbs. Simple carbs like pasta and bread are literally everywhere. They're so cheap. People eat them every day for every meal, basically. Cereal, pizza, all that, Subway. So humans, we actually don't need that much carbs. In fact, maybe none at all to survive. And we only need a minimal amount of glucose, the process of turning simple carbs to sugar for energy, all of which can be supplied by the liver as needed on a daily basis. So we can go for a very long time without carbs because in their absence, our body will use our protein and fat for energy. And recent scholarship suggests humans started baking bread 30,000 years ago. So before that, we hunted, we farmed, we gathered our food, every day. So that's where we got our energy. There was no bread. Vegetables and fruits have carbs in it already for us. So the thing is, we eat the wrong type of carbs. There's so many carbs out there. We don't eat vegetables and fruits which has carbs. We don't eat whole grains or wheat, which is way better for you than simple carbs. And I mean, they are more expensive, but in the long run, if you go to the hospital, you're gonna go to the doctor, it's gonna cost you more at the end of the day rather than eating healthy. So the bad thing about carbs is it does pretty much everything like sugar. So it takes a long time to digest. It raises your blood sugar, and so much more. You can read my article and it will give you the whole list. You want complex carbohydrates because it takes longer to digest, which slowly raises your blood glucose and gives you longer lasting energy. How do you stop eating sugar and fatty foods and simple carbs? Well, honestly, it's not that easy. Just like quitting anything, you just can't quit. So the best way to do it is take it slowly, week by week. So let's say, for example, you eat sugar, carbohydrates, and fatty foods every other day. Try doing it once or twice, the first week and second week. And then after a month, do it 1 time a week. But use it as a rewarding factor, just like a baby, So you tell yourself, okay, if I go to the gym 3 times a week, or if I don't eat sugar for a whole week, then I can have 1 meal of eating sugar or 1 meal of eating, 2-foot bread. So you can't just eat like anything you want, because what will happen is your body will get used to it and your brain will want you to do it more. So I highly suggest you pretend you're a little kid and just reward yourself.